My peoples, it's your main man, Dr. Life, in the business of saving lives. Responding to unnatural, artificial, man-made disasters. So, her shine on and RPG. My bride, Kanisha, RPG. And I am RPG, the rugged, prophetic, the alien bedrock nation. We live in this world, we not of this world. This world. So, the golden, we have individuals that we want to acknowledge now and share the throne with. Same bricks and the same curves that we came stand. And so the first two that we're gonna start with is particularly because of our freshman year at Oakwood. Our freshman year at Oakwood, we was in E.T. the hip hop preacher outside by Dennis Wallace, who's from Detroit. Dennis Wallace introduced us to E.T. beneath my wife's apartment. In 1994, we started running with E, and that's when we coined the phrase preacher. After we heard him speak and started running with him and following him on the radio, our group, Alien Nation, we called him the 1994. And then when E.T. the speech that is for want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. In that speech, he was talking to the students of Michigan State. He brought up and her work ethic. And he had already identified that Beyonce's work ethic was something to inspire and empower young people. And in that he characteristic that I also acknowledge. Like there's nobody who worked like the only person who worked as hard as the industry. You could have Michael Jackson was the only other person that compare the work ethic to. The striving for what she did with her tours and doing all of her tours production, all of the lights, all of the staging, all of the dancing, all of nobody in history, nobody So that reference video, on top of the fact that my wife, when she in the summertime, like my wife has always identified with Beyonce, always. And then for you to talk about hip hop, the only thing, he is the Lion King and King of hip hop. How he handled himself when artificially manufactured Jay-Z as the king of New York and king of hip hop. The battle went down and how Nas destroyed him and how Nas had him, where they still was trying to artificially manipulate Apple out. And the only people in the world who don't know and understand are those who wasn't around. Hear the radio. So it's easy to sell Jay everybody outside of where hip hop started on the East Coast of New York. Y'all wasn't listening in. Y'all missed the whole back and forth and how now this is the Lion King. And the Lion King dropped in 1994, the same year at Illmatic album. Same year. And then Prodigy from Mobb Deep. As he's trying to artificially manufacture that he's the king of New York. So he had to come out all that. So then Nas jumps on the song with Mob and Raekwon from the Wu. It's called Your Beef Is. Nas jumps on the track to let Jay-Z know Chewy got beef with me. And because it wasn't on his, I think it went under the radar. But in that song, I shoot at the cloud. Feels like the holy beast is watching. So this is way back in the early 90s. They give pride for saying the line about Illuminati on my mind so same time Nas dropped one of the hardest and it pointed out the Roman Catholic Pope and the shoot at the clouds feel like the holy beast is watching us. The Catholic Church, the Holy See. And he said, it feels like the holy beast. Recently, Beyonce gets on the cover of the magazine. Throughout that, it wasn't the Renaissance tour, it was the one before. But she took several photographs, one on the red with black on a white horse, on and then the see-through beautiful horse. Most people didn't know what that reference was, but that's a reference to Revelation. I ain't the screen. Hold up. I gotta share the screen. One of the most famous. Which one do I want? All right, I'm share that screen. Sure. Earning the Golden Scepter Awards. We're gonna do this. All right. And on NAS and Yonce's award. So in Revelations chapter 6, verse 8, horse, the four horses of the apocalypse. And it's a white horse, it's a black horse, it's a red horse, and they say it's a pale horse. But and Yonce did photo shoots on each of those horses that she did on the blue horse. And they go polo, USA banks of the Jordan River, polo, the Calvary, the football coming up was the Calvary. On the Calvary, they called it the Colts. Boys, I'm gonna show y'all are the prototype to my wife and I's archetype, prophetic ghost, and both Yonce and went down into the book of Revelation, and we giving both of them a Golden Scepter Award from RPG and her art down. The prophecies they exposed and the prophecies that we expose show that the wedding feast that lift up the most in the Golden Scepter Awards is the in the beginning. And we're gonna expose how they tried to take Yonce to the fake King of New York. And so if he don't wear the crown, It's just like with David and Bathsheba. That if David got the greatest queen on earth, there would be no stopping the people from loving him more than Saul. So Saul, Uriah, to marry Bathsheba, the greatest queen on earth, and Saul usurped because David was in his court. Saul made David marry, and he married Bathsheba off David for marrying her. And what I'm telling y'all is Russell Simmons, same thing with NAS. Nas and Yonce was looking for a husband. Sure that these two did not come together. And so all of the rituals that they tried to take both of them through to keep them apart and put Jay-Z in her life. And then the rituals that he took her through. And we're going to expose all of this. And in this Dame Dash and Dame Dash challenge, Dame Dash challenge 50. But it was so low down and dirty what Jay-Z did to Dame Dash that I said I'm a stand by my man, and I'm a the dirt that Jay-Z did in the death of Aaliyah. All right, but the no, I'm gonna go down through these prophecies that they. Yonce even touched on Revelation 12. I'm gonna take you through music video and whole stage performance that she did on Revelation 12. She got it straight out of Revelation 12. Oh. So I'm gonna take you through the prophecies that they, and I'm gonna give both of them Golden Scepter awards from her RPG. And we're gonna go through the rest of the kings and queens that we crowning in this Golden Scepter award, inviting them to join our bridal party and our marriage makers yacht club and right the wrongs that they did. We'll give any, could be the queen of queens of hip hop like Yonce, or it could be the queen of, I don't care. We'll get anybody a makeover. That's what this is about. Y'all come get it.